segment.
Keep the lie live.
Keep the lie live. So my Keep the Lie live segment. I was going to go another place with this segment, but I want to do further more research. We've been talking about it all show long. So I'm going to save it for the next episode. But my other Keep the Lie live is the NIL killing college football? Here's the age of spin that we're in. Because the players are now in control, they're saying that the NIL is killing college football. It is not. It is not. Shout out to Syracuse coach. The Syracuse head football coach, Fran Brown, says that his player, Trevor Pena, is going to enter the transfer portal. He had a great year, but he's not going to pay him $2 million. Only player that's worth $2 million, according to Fran Brown, is Jeremiah Smith, who's the superstar receiver on Ohio State. He said, unless Travis Hunter is granted another year of eligibility, which he does have another year of eligibility, and he's able to transfer to Syracuse, he's the only other player that I would be enlisting to pay $2 million to. Everybody else, no, it's not happening. So at the end of the day, we had another situation with another player from Tennessee with I'm gonna tear his name up. I don't number 8. I know I'm gonna ruin his name, but really good kid. He had a great year with Tennessee first year, and he's now transferred to UCLA. But he wanted a $2 million raise for his NIL deal. We spoke about it last episode. The school refused to do that, so he went to move on. So now the spin of the NIL deals is crushing college football. No, kids are exploring their options as they should. When a coach, when he takes a team that's not looked at to be a good team and they go undefeated or they have a really great year, that coach elevates. He always goes to a better school that pays them more money and gives them more resources. Why can't kids exercise their option to doing the same thing? If there's another school out there that's going to pay them the money, now all of a sudden, well, you got to look at it like this, Ash. It might hinder their development. Each school may not love the kid the way that this school loved the kid. That could be true. That could be true, right? But again, if you have coaches knowing that only 2% of the college football players even make it to the NFL, why would a kid care about the development if at the end of the day, the margin is not going to make that much of a difference whether he goes to the league or not, because it's not going to be predicated on the talent. It's predicated on the storyline. Even though kids have to be talented to make it to the NFL somewhat, but it all comes down to being available and having the right storyline. My bro just said they pick people for this. And that goes in sports, entertainment, and anything that we do. They pick people for this. It's not just based on talent, because every NFL player would tell you this. And their upbringing, they wasn't the best athlete in their neighborhood. It was another kid who jumped higher, who ran faster, who was naturally stronger. But he never did anything with it. He for some reason, he stayed in the streets or whatever the case may be. So everything is not based on talent. And at that level, if most kids is not going to make it to the NFL, what is the difference from that kid not making it to the NFL, but is in position to feed his family for the next decade? Which one is more important? Being able to feed his family for the near and the future, or in hopes of making it to the NFL to get one of those struggle contracts, to get to the big contract, you made it. Which one is more realistic? Which one could sustain you today and tomorrow if you get the proper education? How do you know that kid? So you mean to tell me if a kid goes from Stinson University, which is in Florida, but I guarantee you, y'all don't know where that's at, he transferred to FAMU, right there in Tallahassee. He has a good year over there. Now he transferred over to Central Florida. These are all different schools that have these are different levels. So you would think that at each level that you go to that's higher, they have more people that's more suited to give you game based on what you do with your money. So the fact that they trying to spin this as the NIL is killing college football, no, it's not. Kids are expressing their option. Now, some kids have no business doing this because they're not in the position to capitalize on going to another school. So they're going to lose their scholarship in the midst of that. But you have other kids who are in position and they need to exercise their options. What do you think about that, bro?
I feel it's cap because at the end of the day, they're upset because the field hands have power now. 20, 30 years ago, the field hand didn't have no power. Meaning that if you went to an Ohio State or you went to USC, Jim Tressel that was it. You know what I'm saying? If you went to Alabama, it was Nick Saban. You know what I'm saying? That's
Mm-hmm.
how it was back then, or a Dabu Sweeney and this, that, and the third. But how's a Dabu Sweeney or Nick Saban going to correlate with somebody from the hood?
Mm-hmm.
They're only going there because they know if I go to Alabama, I'm gonna get out the hood and possibly make it to the NFL to help my family out this situation. Now that you start with the NIL deal and people getting the money right then and there, now it's not even about the school. It's not about no Dabu Sweeney. It ain't about no Nick Saban.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the field hand can transfer whenever he want now.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's really about the connection that you have with the coach. Can you really connect with this person? That's why I'm loving the fact that we got in the college level, we got Deion Sanders, we got Michael Vick, we got
Sean Jackson,
Deshaun Jackson, we got
Eddie George,
people that went to the league that look like me and you that understand the struggle, understand where these kids is coming from. So now you getting a kid that got $2 million, cool, but now you got a coach that understands this kid. So yeah, he could transfer, but because the coaching staff and everybody there has a catering notion around the student, he is likely to stay there more because of the staff. Now, if the staff ain't with it, I'm gonna take my $2 million and go somewhere else, and you can't do nothing about it. The only thing these good old boys can do is complain. Oh, the NIL deal is this, that, and the third. But meanwhile, y'all niggas are getting $100 million over 5 years, but the school is in a sundown town. Like, come on, son.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to Georgia, but there's hella sundown towns in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
How am I supposed to navigate that? Nick Saban? How am I supposed to navigate that? Dabu Sweeney? Do you know how to do that? No.
Mm-hmm.
So Eddie George, you know what I'm saying? Deion Sanders is gonna put me on game, gonna school me past the game of football. Because football is just one aspect. Are you teaching me life skills past football? I highly doubt it. But now these kids have an opportunity to go somewhere where they feel that they're getting that extra tutelage, that extra knowledge that they really sorely need. And that's fair. I feel that's fair. If I'm not getting it from this school, I'm going somewhere else.
And let's keep it real, like, because me and you both played college football. And what most people don't realize, money is a factor. If I'm at one school and I have inside knowledge that if I go to this other school that I'm going to start and then I'm going to get paid more than I'm here, then of course I'm going to take up on that offer because this is something that's foregoing. But most kids just don't up and just get into the portal just because they getting beat out for position. If I'll stay at a school if I'm getting beat out at the moment, but I feel like I'm better and I'm gonna get the actual chance to get my spot. I'm gonna stay and compete.
That's if the coaching staff is making it fair,
right,
making everybody compete, and you're not
yes,
picking and choosing.
Yes, because there's another factor that's important of this component is the camaraderie that you have with your team. And the biggest point that when guys that go to college and play football, that's the biggest thing that you take away from the game is your bros that you done made throughout your journey on your teams. So you think about that for a second. You like, damn, I really like the energy. I really like the atmosphere. I'm not starting today, but Coach Grant told me yo, if you put in the work, you could either get in rotation or at bare minimal that, you know what I'm saying, you won't be number one, but you could be number two in definite rotation. So you'll probably get about like 10 to 12 carries a game. And if you bust, it's going to pause. It's going to be 50-50 depending on the situation. So if you in that type of energy, that type of environment, you're not going nowhere because you're around your bros.
Right. It's really the team. Like when these kids leaving is because there's no team camaraderie. There's no love. There's no feeling that the team, not the team, but the coaching staff has that player's back. That's all
Mm-hmm.
these kids want to know is like, yo, you got my. I'll put the work and I'll bleed on practice.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you got my back. That's all we want to know. If the kid don't got that reassurance, they up
Mm-hmm.
out of it.
Yeah, facts. Facts. And I don't think it has anything to do with necessarily am I going to get the opportunity to play, because if you put the work in and the coach tell you like, yo, you put the work in, you're going to get on the field. But if they're going to be honest with you, regardless if it's something that you want to hear or not, because most kids know if they're better than the next person. If I know this back is better than me and I just want to get in rotation and I do the work, I'm cool with that. I'm going to strive to be better than him, but if he's better than me, that don't make sense for me to transfer. And so I'm not going to go I'm not going to go from Nebraska to McNeese State just because I'm going to start at McNeese State. I'd rather be in rotation at Nebraska than to be the starter going crazy at McNeese State, because I'm doing that at the highest level and I'm around my bros, the blood, sweat, and tears, the energy, the jokes that we done built in the locker room and in the dorms, us, chasing women, us, fighting and all types of stuff that build that camaraderie with teams. So when they talk about the NIL, everybody's not getting NIL money. So there's no way that everybody's transferred for NIL deal. That's just a cop out. So at the end of the day, I wish they start spending that narrative. We're in a space where this is the beginning of it. So you're going to see a lot less kids transferring 3-4 years from now when they start understanding the value even more. They're like, you know what? I really need to stick around, develop my skills. And if as a team and as the coach, and if I don't get that reassurance, if I don't feel like I'm a brother here, then I'm going to express my options at other places. And it has to be a lateral move. It can't be like, yo, I didn't hit the dun button. So and they keep spinning that narrative. So anything else you want to add to that, bro?
Now, shout out to the field hands. Do what y'all gotta do to get to a program that values your talent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just make the best choice for you, and hopefully the coaching staff is behind you all the way.
And one thing I will say about the NIL, what it's done is highlighted talented players. So because players are leaving, as a coach, you're forced to play your best players. College football wasn't built on your best players always playing. It was never built that way. It was always built on hoarding talent. We talk about it in past episodes. Y'all would not believe me if I told you that there was a team at one point in time where your running backs was Jared Payton, Clinton Portis, Frank Gore, and oh my God, and there was another back who was
Willis McGahee.
Willis McGahee, bro. And would you know that Frank Gore wasn't the starter out of all four of those guys? Because all four of those guys is nice, but he was not the starter. There's no planet where Frank Gore's not the starter out that group, and that's a nice group. That's an elite group. But Frank Gore is one of the leading rushers in NFL history, and he's not the starter. And they said when he got on campus, he was the best back that we had. But we gotta play all of them. Like they hoarding talent. So because of the NIL deal, guys are going to where they feel like they're gonna play for real. Is why you're forced to play the talent. Miami used to have guys that never started a game get drafted in the second and third round. They got drafted off of practice. Michigan, USC, Alabama. If you do the history, all these schools had guys get drafted by being rotational players because they hoard talent. It wasn't always about talent. The best players never always used to play. It was about playing guys in the right spot. Same thing with Clemson. It's crazy we bring up Clemson. Clemson got on the map. It wasn't because of Dabo Swinney. It was because of a guy named Woodrow Dantzler. Woodrow Dantzler played at the same time with Michael Vick. He was a little smaller, but he was spectacular, jumping over people, playing quarterback, wearing #1, going crazy. And the culture was like, yo, you know what? I could go to Clemson and get busy at Clemson. Not because of Dabo Swinney, he's there and he's a good coach. Come on, man, get out of here. So the NIL, keep it up. I love it. They're going to find a happy medium with this, and it's not killing the sport. It's taking the sport to different places that it's never gone before, and most importantly, it's having direct effect for the kids that need it, that are uberly talented, and that could walk out of high school into college into a 7-figure deal and help out their family.
Right.
There's nothing more important than that. Y'all, that's been our episode. Thank y'all for tapping in. Y'all been amazing. This is our 151 episode. So again, thank y'all for y'all support. Again, I want to thank some of the sponsors of the show: Bravo Section, Button Snaps, OUV Records. If you're interested in becoming one of the sponsors of the show, you can hit me up on Instagram at Ashley Lovechild, or you can hit my bro on his Instagram at
Bravo Section _.
So if you're interested in becoming one of the sponsors of the show, hit us up on Instagram. Again, I want to thank y'all for tapping in. Tap into the membership portion of the page. Different memberships, different access. We got over 350 rewatches of this podcast on this channel. So go watch them, go comment, have some fun with it, and share. Don't be afraid to share. Hit that all notification bell. You just never know when we'll pop up. So again, continue to show us that love. We're on the road to 20,000 subs. We're a little over 11,000. So again, continue to like and subscribe. Also, thank you to the presenting sponsor of this show, of this podcast, which Button Snaps, button-snaps.com, button-snaps.com. Again, where you get to find us a movie, show, documentary, and original content for your viewing pleasure of $4.99. Don't forget to check into the merchandise in the links in the bio as well. So make sure y'all tap in. New EP on the way. My new EP is on the way. Winners Loyalty coming out May 26th. Winners Loyalty coming out May 26th. So be on the lookout for my new EP. In the between time, on all music platforms, type in Ashley Lovechild. I got fire music. I'm being humble when I say that. So tap in. I appreciate your support and continue to support. I know my bro got his website.
Definitely tap into bigbravosection.com. I got some merch on the way. Still working on it, but best believe got some merch on the way. But definitely tap into bigbravosection.com.
Again, make sure y'all tap in. Thank y'all for tapping in every Tuesday, every Thursday, every Sunday at 10:30. Our podcast is on every Sunday, every Thursday at 10:30. Thank y'all again. We'll see y'all this Sunday at 10:30. Santana, don't forget, bro. You got the juice now, man. You already know what time it is.
I'm gonna mix it up too.
Tell Blizzard I said what up. And we got.
You sure you want a piece of this?
Get up out of here, y'all.
Sunday, y'all. Y'all say for Blizzard.